The father of modern management, Peter Drucker, once pointed out a brutal irony in business. There is absolutely nothing quite as useless as doing something perfectly that shouldn't be done at all. Walk into almost any corporate boardroom today, and you will hear executives demanding more productivity and efficiency. But the people receiving those orders usually have entirely different definitions of what those words actually mean. A factory manager might react by cranking up the assembly line speed to maximum to get more product out the door. Meanwhile, the sales director might slash travel budgets to save cash. Put those together, and you get a systemic collapse. This linguistic trap creates a disconnect between the boardroom and the shop floor. When a request for more output is interpreted as simply running machines faster, without considering what customers actually want, a company effectively accelerates towards a cliff. To avoid perfectly executing a fatal plan, leadership requires acting like a business diagnostician. And the first step is permanently untangling three concepts that get dangerously confused: efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity. Let's start with efficiency. It is all about doing things right, getting the maximum possible output from the absolute minimum input of time, money, and resources. Think of an eco car getting incredible gas mileage. It uses very little fuel to move you forward. That is high efficiency. But there is a trap hiding in plain sight. Take a look at this high-speed manufacturing line pumping out endless, flawless rolls of camera film. It produces absolutely zero waste. But it fails as a business because digital cameras completely killed the market. We see this clearly in a real-world scenario like a wholesale bakery. A manager buys a high-speed oven to efficiently bake 100,000 croissants a day at a very low cost per unit. But customer demand is only 10,000. 90,000 perfectly baked croissants go straight into the trash. When you lack market demand, optimizing your operations is really just a mathematical way of accelerating your speed toward bankruptcy. That brings us to effectiveness. If efficiency is doing things right, effectiveness is doing the right things. It means hitting your primary goal, regardless of the journey or resources required. Let's go back to our eco car. If your goal is to make a 10 a.m. meeting in a city hundreds of miles away, driving that car might be cheap, but you will be late. Buying a direct flight hits the goal perfectly, making it highly effective, even if it costs far more. But this creates its own trap. A sales team might successfully close a massive corporate deal, hitting their revenue target, but destroy the company's cash flow by expensing tens of thousands of dollars on lavish wine dinners to secure the signature. Back at the bakery, a new manager tries to fix the waste problem by mandating they only bake the exact 10,000 croissants ordered. To do this, they turn their massive industrial oven on and off 50 times a day, burning up all their profit in raw gas costs. They hit the organizational goal and eliminated food waste, but without cost control, they destroyed the financial lifeblood of the business in the process. Lean management uses one equation: productivity equals effectiveness multiplied by efficiency. Solve it chronologically. First, establish effectiveness by asking, should we do this at all? Only if yes, you establish efficiency by asking, how do we execute this with minimum waste? For our bakery, a lean manager applies this by throwing out the giant gas-guzzling oven entirely. In its place, they install 3 small batch ovens that match the exact rhythm of customer demand. The result is a perfect balance. The bakery meets the exact 10,000 order demand without throwing away unused food, and they use only the minimal amount of gas required to bake them. True productivity is the deliberate creation of customer value with zero wasted resources. Because it operates as a multiplier, if either your effectiveness or your efficiency drops to zero, the entire value of your operation collapses. This math applies far beyond factory floors. Look closely at your own modern workplace, and you will likely see these traps everywhere. Consider a customer service department. Do the key performance metrics force representatives to hang up quickly just to hit a daily call quota? That is blind efficiency, completely ignoring the effectiveness of actually solving the caller's problem. Ask if your company rewards employees simply for looking busy and working late into the night, rather than evaluating the actual value their output creates. Or look at the weekly reports your team spends hours formatting. If the CEO hasn't opened that document in 2 years, that task has zero effectiveness, no matter how efficiently it was produced. When digital systems and automated software can perform repetitive tasks thousands of times faster than any person, the competition is no longer about who can work the fastest. Competing on raw efficiency is a game humans are no longer built to win. Leadership in this environment is about setting the direction. It is about ensuring the company is doing the right work, while leaving the mechanics of optimization to the systems designed to handle them. Real leadership means defining the correct target before optimizing the weapon. But that leaves a critical question. Once you do define that target, and you invest in perfectly sized, optimized machines, how do you mathematically prove they are creating value and not secretly bleeding your money day by day? We'll uncover that hidden metric next time.